What do you do, guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, back for you with another new part of What If Izuku Can Summon Vision Heroes. This is part 4. In the last part, Izuku was starting to learn on how to use that of weapons and other jobs of Final Fantasy, the War of Visions, from the realm of Lapis, going through different workouts, training, techniques, and abilities. However, he did struggle on trying to learn on how to use that of magic, though. However, with the help of Helena, though, basically showing that magic is no different from that of algebra, trigonometry, and chemistry, that he was able to get a better feeling of it after all, becoming more capable, especially in that of his mage class and his evoker class. Also summoning that of 4 other Vision heroes as well. 4 of them mainly coming from the Kingdom of Leonies, being Lilith, Renata, Kitone, and El Sorel. As the 4 of them, well, mainly 3 of them, are happy to see their royal family once again and become loyal to Izuku. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? A year and a half has now gone by, as Izuku is now beginning his last year at Aldera Junior High, with him running down the street, as it is a bright sunny day in the mid of March, with Izuku having that of an excited day. The main reason is because he'll finally be able to leave Aldera Junior High behind him and finally go into that of a hero school to achieve his dream of becoming a pro hero. Plus, with all of the hard work that he and his Vision heroes have helped him and got him this far, he doesn't want to allow all of that hard work, all the blood, sweat, and tears, and all of the heroes that he has summoned over the past couple of years go to waste. As Izuku is getting closer and closer to Aldera, he soon begins to see that of a gigantification villain in the distance. As soon he also see that of a couple other pro heroes, mainly one pro hero that stands out the most, as he's wearing that of a blue uniform, but his entire body almost looks like it's covered in wood. As Izuku couldn't help but smile in that of joy, as he's about to head into that of the crowd and fray, so he can see what's going on. He was soon grabbed by that of his left cheek, as he begins to be wincing in pain, because the person that grabbed onto him being Lilith, as the fiery redhead and second in command of the Sadly squad of Leonis couldn't help but have that of a disappointed look on her, saying, "Oh, Lord Izuku, what do you think you're doing? You should be head straight to school by now." Saying, "Ow, ow, 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 please, can you let go?" Then she couldn't help but sigh before letting go of his cheek, as Izuku begins to rub his cheek, especially since you could see a red mark on it, saying, I want to see if I can get any more notes on my hero analysis notebook after all. Saying, do you really want to? Then soon, Renata and Mont soon appear as well, with Renata saying, I see nothing wrong with this, Lilith, actually. If anything, I think it would be a great opportunity for Lord Izuku to see. Then soon Mont saying, yeah, and honestly, this is Izuku. This has always been Izuku. You really think he isn't going to be able to get any information on it? Besides, it's always better to see things in person to get the better feel of it. Remember? Then Lilith basically being, ganged up on by that of her former prince and also by her fellow Leonis soldier, as she can help but say, fine. But only that of 10 minutes, Izuku. Remember, my lord, time is of the essence. Then Izuku going off. However, getting a better look at Izuku now, he's completely different from what he was about when he first found the ring. Originally, he was always a scrawny, weak, and basically still somewhat bland baby-faced. But now, he's a lot more taller, at least that of 5'7", actually. He has that of a more muscular and defined appearance. You can even see his, well, more muscular body through that of his, well, middle school uniform. As for his face, well, he still has the baby fat after all, but it's less, well, noticeable if you look far away, which makes him a lot more appealing, as people would say. With Lilith couldn't help but smile, saying, he never changes. However, there isn't a form of annoyance or menace behind it. Instead, it's almost that of complete fondness and care. With Izuku getting closer and closer into the crowd, he begins to see what's going on as the gigantification villain tries to take down that of Kamui Woods. However, Kamui Woods basically dodges each and every one of the attacks by flipping around, even in that of the air, while also using his branches to trip and destabilize that of the gigantification villain, with Kamui Woods ranting off, telling that the villain is evil, especially bringing out his crimes of being that of a purse snatcher and using his quirk in public, with Kamui Woods preparing to finish him off once and for all, as Izuku also getting excited as well, as Kamui Woods about to use his special move, as he screams out, "Lacrima, chain prison!" As branches were about to extend to that of the villain, but then soon in the distance you can hear somebody basically screaming out, "Canyon Cannon!" With then, as it being that of a pro heroine, as she kicks the gigantification villain, because she's just as big as the villain himself. Within, even Izuku was caught off guard because he's never seen a pro heroine like her before. Within getting a good look at her, seeing that of her hero costume being that of a skin tight, well, uniform, with that of blue boots, with almost that of her lower and midway of her body, having that of a pale tan color that almost makes it almost seems like she's, well, not even wearing anything. However, it shows that she still is, given that she has that of a diamond-shaped V covering her chest, and that of a diamond-shaped mask with that of horns as well, as she introduces herself to be a debut hero, Mountain Lady, as she gives a wink to that of the crowd. Within, Izuku's impressed, but part of him also is somewhat annoyed as well, mainly for two things. First reason is for Mountain Lady not, well, coordinating her attack with that of Kamui Woods, and the second, well, the crowd basically, as many people basically having that of cameras and using their phones to take pictures of Mountain Lady, as they kept on muttering "money shot" over and over and over again, with Izuku getting annoyed but still looking at what's going on in front, still having that of a smile, and having that of a notebook and a pencil in his hands, writing down that of Mountain Lady, with still seen as she has that of the villain in custody. However, Kamui Woods is basically sulking in the background, though. Within, a civilian right next to Izuku, being a middle-aged man, saying, "You writing something down? I'm guessing you're pretty interested in pro heroes then, kid." Saying, "Oh, yeah, I am, sir." Saying, "I see. Guessing you want to be a pro hero? You know it." Within, the older man saying, "I see. Well, just let you know, I'll be rooting for you, kid, when you debut as well." Within, Izuku actually couldn't help but smile hearing the encouragement from that of a mere stranger, as Izuku wanted to get more and more information on that of Mountain Lady's quirk and stay for the interview. However, he was soon pulled by that of Lilith saying, "Now you've seen the battle, and now it's time for you to get going, Izuku," as she grabs him by his collar of his school uniform, saying, Come on. Saying, "Lilith, I can walk, and I know. You can let go of me. This is embarrassing." With Renata and Mont on the sideline seeing what's going on, as they both couldn't help but feel somewhat sorry for Izuku. Currently now back at Aldera Junior High, everything goes just like it did in canon after all. their homeroom teacher telling their students that they were going to take a career aptitude test, but didn't bother handing them out and just tossed them in the air with him basically saying, "But why bother? All you plan on going to that of the hero track," with everybody using their quirks and everything like that. However, unlike that in canon, Izuku isn't bothered with that of, well, trying to appeal or basically raise his hand that he plans on becoming a hero or anything like that. Instead, he's in one of his notebooks right now. Instead of it being one of his hero analysis notebooks for the future, which he always has on him, this is a different type of notebook. This notebook basically catalogs all of the classes that he actually has on him right now, that he's aware of too. Currently, the classes that he has access to is that of a knight, paladin, a dragoon, lancer, ninja, and also that of evoker as well, alongside monk too. Even gaining that of the lord class as well. In these notebooks, he basically writes down things that he can learn from each class, their strengths and weaknesses, their advantages in battle, and if they're capable of mixing with other type of classes, or rather, if he gets able to do that of combo attacks with that of his heroes as well, which makes them quite useful, to be honest. Then soon, as he finishes writing down that of a certain technique that he could use with a few of his other visions, he soon puts it back down into his bag before raising his head up and noticing people looking at him before he blinks, saying, "What? Is there something on my face?" With then a few people couldn't help but snicker before one of his classmates on his right saying, "Hey, Midoriya, the teacher just said you plan on going to UA. Is that true?" Within, Izuku actually raising an eyebrow saying, "Yeah, I said I was. It's one of the schools I plan to apply mainly because of their hero course. And it's also within soon, before he could finish, he can hear somebody screaming out, 'Deku!' Hearing the screaming of a certain ashen blonde Pomeranian, Izuku soon dive out of his chair, soon getting into a crouched position, grabbed his chair before with one solitary, swing, he soon swings at that of Bakugo, as Bakugo was about to use an explosion on that of Izuku in his desk. However, Izuku flings that of the chair in his hands up onto that of Bakugo's hand, flinging it up to that of the ceiling of the room, causing that of an explosion, which soon smoke begins to cover that of the classroom. Within, those who are near that of the window actually raising up the windows, trying to air out what's going on. With some people seeing what's happening at Aldera, basically deciding to not even bother, thinking that a hero can handle it, or the teacher's there too. However, inside of the classroom, two boys who were once childhood friends stare each other down. However, one of them gripping onto the wrist of their hand in that of annoyance and pain, while the other still stands tall with that of his chair and it's still in his hand. With Bakugo, at first glance at Bakugo, you wouldn't think that he would change that much. However, he's changed quite a bit, not just due to his personality, but his body as well. Ever since Izuku awakened that of the Ring of Leonies and began summoning visions, Bakugo began to train himself day in and day out, strong enough to basically withstand any chance that he'll be knocked out and beaten by one of his visions ever again, especially coming from Eldoa as well. With then working on to withstand his explosions and use more powerful explosions without causing less of a drawback to him, at least more than once. To do this, he basically works out on that of his upper arms, torso, and shoulders as well. Even his forearm, and especially on that of his forearms too, and hands as well, which makes Bakugo quite surprisingly jacked for that of a 14-year-old. When Izuku and Bakugo standing side by side, you wouldn't think that they're actually junior high students. you would think that they actually look like they're in high school at now, or even if they're second years in high school. With then soon, as Bakugo continues to stare down Izuku, with Izuku doing the exact same thing, showing no fear. As because due to his moral support from all of his visions, he's able to stand his ground against that of Bakugo. No longer a nervous wreck, no longer a social outcast, and no longer a punching bag for him as well. However, Bakugo, on the other hand, can't stand this. He can't stand that somebody that was so weak and so pathetic basically stand up to him on a daily basis. From time to time, Bakugo always tries to put Izuku back into his place, beneath him always. But every attempt always ends in failure. With then soon their teacher speaking of saying, Midoriya, Bakugo, settle down both of you. Bakugo, next time you use your quirk in class and tries to lethally attack somebody again, you're going to the principal's office. Do I make myself clear? With then Bakugo growling in out of acceptance, with then saying, and you, Midoriya, next time that Bakugo tries to attack you, don't do anything that will cause any damage to the school. But then saying, understand, sir, but what if there wasn't? I mean, you know how Kacchan gets when he basically tries to attack me. He isn't afraid to hit somebody else if I try to dodge out of the way. With then soon, everybody in the classroom begins to realize that Izuku's basically right. If Izuku didn't redirect his explosion up into that of the ceiling, who knows, any of them could have gotten hurt because of him. Within soon, their teacher, realizing that Izuku's right, couldn't help but sigh and out of annoyance saying, okay, I get you. I understand, Midoriya. But please, take a seat now. We need to start classes right now. With then getting to their seat, Bakugo huffing into his seats. With then soon, Izuku basically getting into his seat as well. However, little to both Izuku and Bakugo's, discouragement, there are several, at least that of 7, Vision heroes that would have came out and basically put Bakugo in his place. As the day comes to that of an end, Izuku begins to write things down in that of his hero analysis notebook for the future. Using that of his phone to look up the coverage from that of this morning's attack and Mount Lady's debut. He wanted to get more notes on that of Mount Lady and to get more information on her and her quirk as well from the interview. With that, Izuku couldn't help but feel excited and happy as well to get the information of a new pro heroine, soon materializing being that of Garvel, who, after the past couple of months and a year or so, basically began to see Izuku more than just that of a annoyance little student that he has to train. He's starting to see him more like that of a little brother. Within seeing that of Mount Lady, saying, seriously, is it me or are pros nowadays only in it for fame and fortune? Because it's starting to really annoy the hell out of me. Don't they ever bother doing the right thing? Saying, funny coming from you, Garvel-san. I thought you're just as selfish. Saying, well, I'm selfish, but I'm selfish for the people I care about, such as you. But these people, such as Mount Lady, it seems, only are in it for basically the limelight. Plus, she's just showing off so much of her body like it's basically nothing. It's really annoying the hell out of me. With then soon, Izuku trying to defend Mount Lady, saying, well, you can't blame her. In this day and age, some pro heroines need to be at least a little bit more appealing. I'm not trying to defend, within him blushing, saying her body that much, but I think she's trying to go for a more, revealing approach, especially given that Midnight, a teacher that's a pro hero teacher that's at UA, is one of the most sexualized pro heroes of all time, and she actually enjoys it. With then hearing that, Helena soon comes out as well, as she heard what Izuku said, saying, "Oh, a pro heroine that's known for her sex appeal, after all. And she's a teacher for that of teenagers? Now that's quite interesting. Tell me more, Izuku." But then, Izuku actually feeling nervous, even Garvel couldn't help but feel quite nervous around that of the Queen of Leonis, known far and wide as that of the Black Rose Witch, the most dangerous and most terrifying mage in all of the realms. With then Suit saying, maybe another time, Helena Sensei, which I probably would bring it up, but not at least right now, especially while I'm still in school. With then she realizing, understandable. Absolutely understandable. You should be getting going sooner than later. You still have that of a scheduled training session, and you need all of the energy you can get. With then saying, right. With that, just need to finish up my schedule. Just need to finish up my current notebooks right now. With then, girl was saying, always studying, always trying to improve. You never change, and there's nothing wrong with that. With after saying his piece, Garvel soon reverts back into a crystal before shattering back into the Ring of Leonies, before Queen Helena does the exact same thing as well. With that, Izuku puts away all of his notebooks, even that of his job analysis notebook as well. As he's putting it back into his yellow bag, somebody soon grabs it out of his hands and sees it for themselves. And little did we know, or we already did know, it being Bakugo. Seeing this, Izuku grabs it out of Bakugo's hands and put it back into his bag, with then Bakugo getting annoyed, saying, "The hell is that for, Deku?" With Izuku not even an impressed look on his face, saying, "Kachan, you just took my book out of my hands without even asking permission, after all. The hell is wrong? You really expect me to just let you have it when I know you probably what you were going to do with it?" But soon after saying that, putting the notebook back into his bag before zipping it up and putting it on his shoulders, with saying, "Now, tell me, what the hell do you and your lackeys want, Kachan?" With then soon one of the lackeys with that of brunette hair saying, "Look at you, Midoriya, all full of yourself just because you got a flashy and more powerful quirk. Seriously, you really think you're so hot shit, don't you?" With the other one saying, "Yeah, everyone knows that you're just going to be a lazy lard ass. You're not going to do any of the hard work yourself. Just because you look like you've grown bigger and taller doesn't mean a damn thing." With then soon Bakugo saying, "Forget what these extras say. Listen to what I gotta say, Deku. Everybody knows a person's origin, especially a pro hero's origin, and how they basically reached the top, and how they became the best of the best, what truly matters. And my origin is that I come from this dead-end piece of shit worthless school to go to UA and then rise up into the ranks to become the number one hero is what matters. So having somebody like you trying to outstage me with every chance you get is so damn annoying, it pisses me the hell off. So I'm going to make this 100% clear. If you ever go to UA, scratch that, no. If I even see you even at the damn entrance exam, I'm going to kill you where you stand. You hear me? A worthless pebble like you needs to know your place." And with then soon Izuku cutting him off saying, "I'm going to stop you right there, Kachan." With then Bakugo was completely caught off guard before saying, "Just because you're threatening me to not go to UA doesn't mean a damn thing. I'm going to take the entrance exam. If I fail the entrance exam, then I fail. Simple as that. And if I'm just going to move on to another school, to another hero school instead, and try again there. But if I don't, and if I make it in, then I'm making it in. Just like I said in class, UA is the closest hero school here in town. And I don't want to be far away from my mom after all. Just like you don't want to be far away from that of Aunt Mitsuki and Uncle Musaru, right?" With then soon Bakugo scream out, "Don't you dare involve my shitty-ass parents into this, you damn shitty-ass nerd!" With Izuku not even fazed by Bakugo screaming to him, saying, Yeah, that's my bad. Sorry, Kachan. But like I told you, I'm not gonna waste my time basically listening to your threats when when I'm going to achieve my goal to become a hero. Simple as that. And I'm telling you this now. If you say you're going to become the number one hero, like hell that's going to happen with your attitude. With then hearing that, even his lackeys were completely caught off guard by Izuku just calling him out like that. But then Izuku continued saying, think about it. You really think pro heroes like you are going to make it to the top that damn easily? And you really think you're going to beat All Might like that as well? We already know that's far from the truth. So, unless you can change your attitude and become the very hero that I know you can become by changing it, then no way in hell you're going to achieve anything. With that, soon, Bakugo actually completely and utterly pissed. As you could even see that of his blood vessel basically, veining out on his forehead. As he soon ran full speed at Izuku saying, I'll kill you! However, Izuku, on the other hand, was about to bring out that of the grimoire connected to the Ring of Leonies and pull out that of a sword that he has been preparing for a while now. However, instead of that happening, several figures soon materialize in crystallized form, with multiple weapons pointed straight at Bakugo or even right next to certain vital organs and vital spots on his body, as his lackeys completely and utterly freaked out and scared of what they just saw and what's going on, with even Bakugo completely and utterly caught off guard as well, with then seeing all of the multiple weapons basically around his body. He couldn't help but actually feel the fear coming off of him, realizing if he moves a split second, he is definitely going to die. As the people who appear behind him being that of Lilith, and also pointing that of her sword, pointed straight down at a certain spot behind Bakugo's neck, basically a certain spot in his spine. However, on the other hand, though, Kitome, she's basically already on that of Bakugo's back, and already putting that of a kunai on that of his throat, ready to slit it at any chance that he moves, already drawing blood across him. Not only that, another person right beside Bakugo, though, however, it being another shinobi, as she has that of skin-tight white pants with that of chainmail armor planted on that of her, wrapped around that of her stomach and waist as well. Puffy purple sleeves with that of reinforced armor are wrapped around them as well, while also having that of an opening on top of her sleeves as well, giving her a better range of mobility, with the sleeves also making that of a hoodie as well, with silver eyes and a long bang that basically covers the right side of her eye. As you can tell by the look of her face, she seems like she doesn't have that much emotion. However, her eyes say, go any closer and I'll kill you, with that of her long short sword in her hands. As this being a new summon that Izuku summoned several months back before his new school year began. This being a shinobi from the nation of Horn, known as Shadow Lynx, or she prefers to be called Lynx for short, by those that she cherishes and those who know her as well. However, in front of Bakugo, though, are that of four ladies, actually. The first one that actually has more of an appearance, mainly because it's somebody that Bakugo knows all too well, and the very sight of her pisses him off immensely. This being Eldoa, of course, pointing that of her massive stone-like greatsword right in front of Bakugo, making sure that he keeps his distance away from her master. However, the three others, though, are completely other story, These are other visions that Izuku was able to summon several months back. Actually, it was during that of his second year during Aldera that he was able to summon them, as each and every one of them is completely similar from one another. However, they wear that of different attire from one another as well, though. They both seem like that of nuns or religious figures. However, the only difference is that one wields that of a sword while also having that of a golden monocle on that of her left side of her eye. The other one wielding that of a staff while also having that of a golden mask on that of the right side of her face. While the other one is that of a short girl with that of a white dress, that also having that of a grayish white coat wrapped around that of her tiny body, while also wielding that of a golden sword in her hands, while also having that of a golden mask covering her mouth. Now, and also what makes them quite similar as well is their golden blonde hair and their crimson red eyes, as all three of them protect Izuku almost like that of an impenetrable wall that will not let anyone near what they hold dear and cherish. While one basically points their sword at his throat, the other one points that of their staff, already preparing to launch that of a fire spell straight at Bakugo, while another one points their sword straight into his heart if he gets anywhere closer to Izuku. As these three being that of the artificial humans of the crystalline church. One of them is known as Murmur, the one with the sword. The other one with that of the staff is known as Grace, while the short one is known, the sword is known as Whisper. As they are back in their own world, they are loyal to that of the crystalline church and the Pope of the church known as Sadali. However, in this world, they are loyal and only loyal to that of Izuku, as Izuku didn't see them as that of toys or dolls or just that of disposable pawns. Izuku saw them as people that need to be protected just as much as he needs to be protected as well. People that he wants to give them a chance to live a life that they never had outside of just being tools of war, since they are nothing but artificial humans after all. With then soon Eldoa speaking, saying, "Get any step closer to that of Master Izuku, and you're going to be wishing we'll have a repeat of how we first met after all. Got it? You damn Pomeranian." Within hearing that, Bakugo's pride basically takes a hit, and when you attack a Bakugo pride, of course, he would basically lash out. However, Bakugo is not an idiot. He's not even though he's basically nothing but anger and spite incarnate, he's not stupid to basically be threatened to take his own life, as there are several ways that he can die right here and now. He can he can basically be stabbed in the spine. He could basically have his throat slit. He can have one of his arteries in his throat that would basically gush more blood out, causing him to bleed to death instantly. Or he could be stabbed or he could be burned, stabbed in the throat, or basically stabbed through the heart. His choice, and rather, he doesn't want to die and not achieve his dream of becoming the number one hero just yet. So, his pride will have to take a hit, at least for today. With Idsude no longer slumping down to the ground, he soon stands straight up. With Idsude, Kitone gets off, alongside that of Shadowlynx removing her blade as well. Within soon, Lilith also removing her sword from that of his spine. Within, however, in the front of him though, Eldoa still pointing her sword straight at Bakugo, while also getting closer and closer to Izuku. Izuku noticing this, realizing that she's just being cautious, makes sense. Even though she secretly is basically a scaredy cat, she's still she was still once a knight commander after all, of a squad of soldiers. However, the only problem is, within Izuku saying, girls, you can stop now. He's not gonna hurt me right now. Then soon, all three girls basically look straight at Izuku with eyes of worry and basically not wanting to take their chances. With Izuku not wanting to take his chances, saying, girls, I promise, he's not going to hurt me. Then soon, letting down their weapons and the fire spell dispelled, all three girls finally put their weapons down. However, they didn't stop there though. They basically made that of a protective wall around that of Izuku though, saying if he even makes one move, they will act no matter what. With it, Bakugo reading the room, saying, damn it, let's go. I've made my peace and I'm done. Within, both of his lackeys utterly fear, basically seeing the situation that Bakugo was in, basically also already ran off though. Within, Bakugo annoyed that his two lackeys left too, but not even caring about them to be honest. As then soon, he also looks back at Izuku, grits his teeth in that of pure anger and hatred before walking off. As then, now seeing the situation now calm down, Izuku actually goes to that of the back wall of his classroom before slumping down, and that finally realized that the stress of the situation has finally died down. Then soon, both Kitone, Lynx, and also the artificial girls are worried for that of Izuku as they go down to their knees as well, wondering began asking if he's okay and if he's doing all right. Then soon, Lilith saying, still can't believe somebody like him was once your childhood friend, Master Izuku. Then, look as the green net basically looks at the fiery red-haired. Then Izuku saying, yeah, even part of me wants to believe that. I can't believe we were once friends. If our parents weren't so close, especially our moms, weren't friends since the very beginning, maybe we never would have met, never would have gotten close, and he would have never betrayed me when he found out that I was quirkless. And yet, when he finally got his quirk and everybody praised him, basically told him that he had a strong quirk, that he would be a great hero, he let the praise go to his damn head to the point that anyone that tries to even help him or tries to be his equal or anything like that, he's just going to belittle them and look down on them and basically just treat them like shit. Then soon, Link saying, it's how he treated you. Am I right, Lord Izuku? Then soon, Izuku nodding his head saying, yeah, it is. Is it weird? Part of me actually still wants to be his friend. I still look up to him for being my symbol of victory. But as years went on, as the past couple of years have been on since I've met you guys, I realized that Kachan is never coming back, no matter how much I try. Then standing back up, soon, Eldoa saying, then why keep asking for it, Master? But then, Izuku looks at that of the blue net before she's saying, you don't need somebody like him. He's nothing but a pain in the ass anyway. If I had to say, you're basically better than him in every way. But if you do want him back as a friend, then all you need to do is just kick his ass. Beat him with every inch of his life. Making sure to remember him the person that he used to be before he became the worthless piece of shit Pomeranian that he is now. Hearing the words from Eldoa, Izuku actually couldn't help but be caught off guard by her words. Before then, she began to blush before realizing she gave a pep talk to that of her master, who she secretly has feelings for, before saying, well, just saying, y'all, don't need to take my words for anything like that. Then soon, Izuku saying, thanks. Eldoa, I really appreciate your pep talk. It really helped. Then she couldn't help but blush before smiling internally, hearing then soon Izuku grabbing his bag and was about to leave before Lilith saying, "Thanks for the pep talk, Eldoa. I think Lord Izuku really needed that." Saying, "I'm just doing my job. I wanted to make sure that he didn't stay stumped like that. After all, he needs to remain a worthy master." Saying, "Fair enough for that. Just don't show him your scaredy cat side again." Then she couldn't help but blush and out of embarrassment, saying, "Ugh, damn Leonis dog." As Lilith couldn't help but smile at her embarrassing that of Eldoa. However, little did anyone know, a certain other Vision hero couldn't help but smirk as well, seeing that her little master has improved after a while. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to read them. So, at any rate, sorry that this wasn't a big action-packed chapter. I wanted to basically show on how much Izuku has grown both physically and emotionally as well. With the help of the Visions basically always there for him, supporting him and basically giving him aid whenever he needs it, it shows on how much he's basically going to change. I mean, to be honest, Izuku needed that of people who actually genuinely cared about him from the very beginning besides just his mom. Hell, those outside of familiar bonds could always help you grow or basically bring you down. Trust me, I know. As for the other Visions I've summoned, don't worry, they'll play an important role later on, and I'll explain their relationship to about how they feel about Izuku later on as well. Also, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to take my videos when I upload on the channel. Also, please check out my Discord, my gaming channel, my side channel, my other channel, my Patreon, and my Cash App. All link in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Leon Mookie, signing out. Later, guys, and hope you all take care. Take it away, Shiro. All yours.
Hi, everyone. This is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!